Hello and welcome to Maths with Udom. I remain your online mathematics tutor, Mr. Okon Udom. So you are welcome to today's class. So today we are going to look at multiplication of fractions. Multiplication of fractions. Okay? So talking about multiplication of fractions, we have three cases. Okay? The first case is that whole number can multiply fraction. The second case, fraction can multiply whole number. And third case, fraction can multiply fraction. So we are going to split the class into three. We are going to have the first case today. Case 1, whole number multiplied by fraction. That is what we are going to consider for today. So let's start with case 1. Okay? So case 1, whole number multiplied by fraction. Let's look at our example. Simplify this. Let's look at our example. Okay? 4 times 1 over 3. 3 times 2 over 9. And lastly, 8 times 1 over 4. Okay? 8 times 1 over 4. So these are our examples for today. So let's start with the solution. So the first one we have 4 times 1 over 3. Okay, we have 4 times 1 over 3. So what is the interpretation of this? The interpretation is that it means 4 lots of 1 over 3. 4 lots of 1 over 3, or 1 over 3 appearing in 3 places. 1 over 3 in 4 places. 1 over 3 in 4 places. So it means 4 lots of 1 over 3. It also means 1 over 3 in 4 places. Okay? So this is the interpretation of the fraction multiplied by what? A whole number, or a whole number multiplied by the fraction. So let's simplify this fraction. So what does this mean? It means 1 over 3 in 4 places. So we have 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3. Okay? Whenever you have a fraction this way, that the denominators are the same, all you need to do is to pick one of the what? Denominators. 3. Okay? And then we add all the numerators. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 will give us what? Will give us okay. What we have here is 1 over 3 in 4 places rather. Okay? In 4 places, not 3 places. So we add one more to this. Okay, that's 1 over 3 in 4 places. So we have the denominator as what? As 3, because they all have the same denominator. So pick 3 and then we add all the numerators. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 will give us what? Will give us 4 over what? Over 3. And this is an improper fraction. So all we need to do is to change it to a mixed fraction. And how do we do that? So how many 3 can go in 4? 1. Okay, remember what? 1 over what? Over 3. So this is our answer. 1 whole number, 1 over 3. So we can come to this side and drop our what? Our answer, as we make reference to it later. Okay? So we have 1 whole number, 1 over 3. We still come and make reference to that. Now, the second method to solving this problem. So we have 4 times 1 over 3, okay? So we can change this 4 into what? Into its equivalent. So whole number 4 is the same thing as 4 divided by 1, okay? Any whole number can be written in its equivalent, okay? You just put 1 as the denominator. So multiply by what? The fraction 1 over 3. So the next thing we do here is that the numerator will multiply the numerator multiply numerator, denominator multiply what? Denominator. And what do we have? From there, we have 1 times 4 will give us what? 4 divided by 1 times 3 will give us 3. This is an improper fraction. So what do? We reduce it to what? To a mixed fraction. So how many 3 can go in 4? 1. Remember 1 over what? Over 3. As you can see, we got exactly the same thing with the result over there. Okay, now let's move to our second example, example 2. And let's clean this. We'll come back to that. So for example 2, we have 3 times 2 over 9. 3 times what? 2 over 9. So what is the interpretation? It means 3 lots of 2 over 9, or 2 over 9 appearing 3 times. So how do we solve this? So we have 2 over 9 plus 2 over 9 plus 2 over 9. And whenever you have the same denominator, you just pick one of them, 9. And then we add the numerators together. 2 plus 2 plus 2 will give us 6. So from here, what can you notice? You notice that we cannot leave this answer this way because they have common factors. So we divide the numerator and denominator by their common factors. So what is the common factor? 3 can go in both numerator and denominator. So we divide the numerator by 3. We divide the denominator by what? By 3. So what do we have at the end of the day? So 6 divided by 3 will give us what? Will give us what? 2. 6 divided by 3 will give us 2. Then 9 divided by 3 will give us 3. So our answer is what? A proper fraction, 2 over 3. So we drop our answer in this box, 2 over 3. And then the second method to solving this problem. The second method is to write 3 in its equivalent. So 3 is the same thing as 3 over 1. So we have 3 divided by 1 multiplied by what? 2 over 9. And the next thing we need to do is to multiply the numerator and denominator separately. So the numerator multiplies numerator, denominator multiplies denominator. Okay, so for the numerator, we have 3 times 2 will give us what? Will give us 6. While 1 times 9 will give us 1. So from here, we have what? Common what? Factors. 3 can divide through 6 and 9. So we divide numerator by 3, denominator by 3. And finally, we get 6 divided by 3 is 2, while 9 divided by 3 is what? Is 3. So we have 2 divided by 3. Okay? So this is our answer. Or we can write it here, 2 divided by 3. Okay? So what do you notice? You notice that the answer here is exactly the same with the one in the box using the second method. Okay, let's move to the third example. Example 3. For the example 3, what do we have? We have 8 times 1 over what? Over 4. What's the interpretation? It means 8 lots of 1 over 4, or 1 over 4 appearing 8 times. Okay, so let's start with this. So we have 1 over 4 plus 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 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's add one more. Plus 1 over 4. So the next thing we need to do is that all these fractions, they have 4 as their common denominator. So we write 4 under the division line. And then we add all the numerators together. So 1 plus 1 in 8 places will give us what? Will give us 8. And finally, 8 divided by 4 will give us what? Will give us 2 as our answer. So we come to this box and we write 2. Okay? That's for the first method. Then for method 2, in solving this problem, okay, we got 2 here. So the method 2 is that we write 8, whole number 8, in its what? In its equivalent form, which is 8 divided by 1. So we have 8 divided by 1 times 1 divided by 4. So the next thing we need to do is to multiply the numerator together and denominator together. So we have 1 times 8 will give us what? Will give us 8. 8 times 1 will give us 8, while 1 times 4 will give us what? Will give us 4. Okay, and finally 8 divided by 4 will give us what? 2 as our final answer, which is exactly the same thing in the box over there. Let's have our assignments. So for the assignment, we have to simplify the following fractions. Okay? Simplify the following. All right? So what are the fractions? Number 1, 45 times 2 over 9. Number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So these are your assignments. Okay, you have to solve these assignments. Okay, send your scores or your work to your school teachers for appropriate marking and corrections, and then you get better by the day. So we have come to the end of today's class. Kindly like this video, drop your comment in the comment section, share this video to everybody all over the world, and most importantly, click on the subscribe button. Remember, to be strong mathematically requires constant practice. Okay? Practice mathematics every day. Until I come your way again next time, I still remain your online mathematics tutor, Mr. Okon Udom. And I'm saying to you, my student, remain mathematically sound. See you in my next class. Bye for now.